Welcome, guys, to this Facebook Live. The name of this webinar is Photonics, Light in Our Life. And well, my name is Laurenis Gil. I am the manager of the American Hub at Instituto de Formación Idiomática IFISA. And this is an alliance with a member of the Optical Society, the SPIE Student Chapter Venezuela, which is our speaker today, Jamal Salazar. Before I give you his introduction, I'm going to tell you that this webinar is taught because tomorrow is celebrated the International Day of Light, and that is on May 16th by the United Nations. And I'm going to share with you a brilliant thought given by the Assistant Director General for Natural Science. Her name is Shamila Nair Bedowell, and she says that although light symbolizes knowledge, we are still blind to many of its everyday applications. So this thought is important because even though we enjoy the light-based technologies, many of us ignore them. So I thought it was very important to highlight the importance of the study of light in a specific because, well, mainly a lot of us enjoy of having a smartphone, maybe a laptop, maybe we watch television we enjoy a lot of things that are given because of light studies. So this is a way for us to bring youth closer to the study of science. So I am so grateful to Jamal Salazar, who is our speaker today, and I'm going to introduce him. He's an undergraduate student of chemistry at Universidad Central de Venezuela. He is also a member of the Student Chapter Venezuela of the Optical Society and the SPIE, and he has performed outreach activities since 2015 in the field of science in the areas of optics and photonics. I know that this webinar is in English, but my idea was to bring this webinar because I know that a lot of our audience in IFISA love English and some of them love science. So I hope that you can ask questions to the speaker if you feel like it. Don't feel nervous. You can ask your questions in the chat, and hopefully you can enjoy this webinar as much as I am doing. So, well, let's get started. Welcome, Jamal. Are you ready?
Hi, Lorenis. Yes, I'm ready. And thank you for inviting me to hear this presentation today. For me, it's very important that people know how life is related to their daily routines and their life. And also, as you mentioned, tomorrow is a special day because it's the celebration of the International Day of Life. So I invite other people to attend the online events that are happening during this month and during the year. First, I would like to talk a little bit about me. Well, Lauren said that I am an undergraduate student of chemistry. And also, I am a science communicator. As a student, I'm part of the School of Chemistry at the Science Faculty at Universidad Central de Venezuela. And I volunteer in two groups. The first group is the Unicentral de Venezuela OSA and SPIE Student Chapter. This group is dedicated to do a scientific outreach in optics and photonics for inside and outside the faculty for the general public, but also we do professional activities for our members and students. And we are supported by two international organizations. And the second group is Spectrum. Spectrum is a group dedicated to do outreach activities for a student inside the faculty and the university in optics and photonics. And the two international organizations that support our student charter are the SPIE. The SPIE is the International Society for Optics and Photonics. And OSA is the Optical Society of America, but right now the name is the Optical Society because it's more international. And these two organizations help us with funding and also with courses, workshops, and other things. What kind of activity do we do? Well, We organize and participate in conference. We organize workshops for students and our members, not only the scientific area, but to develop new skills in leadership, communications, and emotional intelligence. We celebrate international days. For example, we celebrate the International Day of Light. We celebrate the International Day of Women and Girls in Science and the Pride in STEM. We do demos for schools, high schools, and universities. And finally, we organize seminars in optics and photonics for our students and our members. But the main reason we are here is to know why communicative science in optics and photonics is important. So the first question is, why communicative science? What is important to communicative science? So in my opinion, we live in times when people don't trust a science and rely on the opinions of people who don't know the fundamental principles of the science or simply ignore them. And this is a consequence of using, for my opinion, there has been no plan to communicate science on the part of a scientist. Only a few organizations or individuals have taken on this task to communicate science for the general public. And the second reason is that the people who do this activity, who do communication science, may be transmitting information in a way that is not clear or maybe precise and even understandable for someone who is not part of the scientific community. But what happens when we communicate science in a good way? Well, you create a society that is better prepared to fight misinformation and that know how to act in certain specific situations, for example, the pandemic situations. But the most important thing is that you transmit knowledge to new people and expand their horizons and create new opportunities for these people, especially kids. And for example, if you are a science communicator and you do an activity in a rural location in your country, and after this activity, after this event, some kids tell you that they want to be an astronomer, or they want to be a chemist, or they want to be a physicist, is very good because you're expanding the knowledge, you're expanding the opportunities that maybe the traditional educational systems couldn't do that. And what is not enough photonics? Well, I think that today's technologies are made possible by light-based science, but not only that, they have to create new energy polarizers for society, create more efficient and environmentally friendly devices, and get involved in medicine and education, and among others applications. So it's important to communicate science in optics and photonics. Well, I'm talking about photonics, optics, photonics, but what is photonics? And the definitions of photonics, we can summarize the definition of photonics as the science, the physical science that studies light and its properties to create new technologies and theories. That's the summarize of the definition in the slide. And what is important? Well, photonics is a science that creates new communication systems to be more efficient and faster, better cameras and sensors that allow us to observe that is hidden from other technologies, medical treatments for diseases considered difficult to treat, among other things, and therefore it will have an importance in the future in terms of climate change, energy for all, agriculture, and other things. And in photonics, we have a lot of fields, from the study of new light sources to better sensors. But right now, I'm going to talk about 4 specific fields. But if you are curious, or if you want to know more about this field, you can visit the SPIE website, or maybe the Optical Society website, and you can find more. And the first field is Plasmoni. And This field studies the processes of electromagnetic radiation interaction at the interface between two materials. These two materials are one, a metal, and the second one is a dielectric, and at a nanometer scale. And what does that? Well, this helps to create new technologies within electrical circuits and photonics guides that are efficient in data transmissions. Another field is Autoelectronics. This field studies electronic devices that are related to light in some way. Among these devices are LED bulbs, telephones, cell phones, displays, TVs, and other technologies that are based in photonics. And a similar named field is electro-optics. However, this field is studies the interaction of light or electromagnetic radiations with the electric field of materials using electronic devices. And this helps to create new materials that can be used in devices with a lower cost and higher efficiency. And finally, we have silicon photonics, and this is the application of photonics devices and systems that use silicon as an optical medium. And this allows, among other things, to create faster communications between microchips in computers. And this is very special right now because we want faster computers, but we want that these computers could be more compact. So this is important right now in this industry. And already knowing about some fields of photonics, let's talk about some applications. And photonics has so many applications and is related to our daily life in so many ways. It's present in every aspect of our life, and we do not realize it. And we could have medical treatments, we could have new technologies, we could have devices, and even something as simple as electricity that use photonics, and we didn't know it. But one of the applications is related to energy. And we see that photonics is linked to energy in the production of materials that are efficient and in harnessing and transmitting energy and creating new sources of light. One such applications is the creation of new and better solar panels for clean and renewable energy. Of course, we can find the creation of new sources of light, such as the LED bulbs that we have in this image and the lasers. And these bulbs are more efficient than conventional bulbs and use less electricity. And in imaging systems and sensors, for example, in cameras for our cell phones, or in high resolution maps from agriculture, climate change, and other things for mining, for example. And we can have better sensors, we can have better cameras, we can have a better imaging system to produce these images and these maps. And this is used also in the part of medicine to produce new images, for example, with X-rays, and it's very useful. And a special application is in the field of biophotonics, and this field study all the new treatments, or maybe the new application of photonics in medicine and biology. One especially is the application in medicines, and we can see here in the image nanoparticles injected in a tumor to use photothermal therapy, and this could help people to treat this tumor in a specific way. You can attack only the tumor, or you can see only the tumor and not the other parts of the body. And it's very helpful because sometimes with the traditional treatments, you can damage all the body, but this treatment, you can only damage the tumor, and it's very special. Also, with biophotonics, we see applications of mimicking some biological situations, like for example the chameleon, and is very useful, this theory. And finally, we have system communications, and this is the one that most directly affects us, because we are communicating every day with other people among far distance, and Photonics is working on that. So from fiber optics to the creation of new technologies such as 5G, this allowed us for faster data transfer speed, for example, to have faster internet, and this faster internet could help us to do new works like telemedicine. And almost at the end, but it's important, is the International Day of Life. And first, let's watch a video. I don't know if you can see the video, Laurenis. And you can hear it?
Well, not yet. Okay, now yes.
Il faut trouver un moyen d'en finir avec la faim dans le monde.
Tiene que haber una manera de aprender más y más rápido.
There must be a way to save more lives.
It's high-speed connectivity. It's sustainable farming. It's better diagnostics and treatments. It's cleaner energy. It's what makes our future possible. Let's celebrate what light can do for all of us.
And this is a video created by the United Nations and UNESCO and other societies, for example, the International Society for Optics and Photonics, SPIE, and the Optical Society, SPIE, OSA. And it's very helpful to know more about this. And this is why I'm talking about the International Day of Life right now. And we celebrate the International Day of Life on May 15. And this is because on this day was the first time that a laser was operated by Theodore Mayman. And this is the best example of how light can revolutionize society and bring new benefits to the society, to bring new technologies. And after this, we have a lot of technology based light space, and this is the last year. It was the 60th anniversary of this first light operations, first laser operation. So for me, it's very impressive, the creation of the laser. So how do we celebrate light? And the scientists and the general public? Well, with the science and technology, we celebrate life creating new devices that meet human needs, increased well-being and standard of living. Also, it aids to the development of societies, providing solutions to the challenges of meeting the goals of energy for all, for example, sustainable development and the healthcare system or the health systems, aligning with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, helping in education, being an inspiration for children and youth, and a catalyst to promote science among them. It helps to achieve the objectives of activities that are focused on countries with emerging economies. And finally, is found in our culture, whether in art, science, and other things, but also in traditions. We have countries that has some tradition based in light, and this is very, very fun. It's very, very beautiful to know that. So I invite you to know more about International Day of Light in this link. The first link is for the events and the International Day of Life. If you want to know more about the celebrations, and I invite you to attend all the possible events that talk about light, because you don't only will find a science information, but for example, you can find policies information as energy policies for your country. You can find also how to have a better energy in your houses. You can find fun activities as light shows, and maybe you can enjoy these activities. Also, you have these two links that are for the people who want to know more about the applications of photonics and light. So thank you, Laurenis. And if you had any questions, are welcome. I would like to talk more with the people about questions, maybe in the Facebook Live.
All right. Well, yes, I actually prepared some questions for you, Jamal, and I invite the users that we have here on Zoom and on Facebook Live to post their question or comments that will help us, have more interaction in this discussion. Jamal, I was searching about the researchers. I would like to know, who would you consider are the most outstanding or best known researchers of the optics and photonics field? I heard something about Albert Einstein, or there are others?
Well, I think there are others, because it's not only one people. I think that we have some researchers that are very important for our fields. For example, Theodore Mayman, that made the first lasers, and Albert Einstein is more for the general physics, not for optics and photonics. Maybe the Nobel Prize of 2018, they do something with lasers and was very impressive. And I think they are the right now in our times, the researchers that are more important in our fields. But we have a lot of scientists that are working in interesting experiments, in interested technologies. And I think that everyone is important in this field, even the student, the undergraduate student or the master student. Everyone is important because everyone can afford, can support these technologies. I don't like I don't like to say that only one people is the more important, the most important people in the field. I don't like that idea.
Yes, I consider that every knowledge or every theory or every contribution is important in science, right? Even though it fails, as well, it's just a way to know that that's not the way.
Yes.
Well, I have another question, but I don't know if other people have any comments on what we are discussing. But I would like to know, Jamal,
Yes.
that you will let us know for the people who are not scientists or who are not related with science, but they still
Okay.
want to know about how the study of light and light-based technologies improve their life. Which examples you would bring to them? Maybe the internet, the smartphones. I mean, how would you explain in a very easy way the way that light-based studies improve our lives?
Yes, that's the first example of that. When you are using the internet and when you are communicating with other people in the internet or maybe by your cell phone, you are using photonics and light-based science, light-based technologies. But maybe when you are using also a computer, a TV, you see that you have a better resolution. And this is very normal because it's something that maybe almost everyone have in their house. But the most important for me are the specific applications. For example, telemedicine. If you are in a far locations, for example, we are right now in the city, but if you are a doctor in a far locations from the city, and you want to make a diagnostic of a treatment, you can use telemedicine, and this is helpful. And photonics help to have a better communication systems through satellites, through internet, to 5G, through even computers that are faster, that can do possible this treatment, this diagnostics from this doctor far away from the city and don't have all the instruments to do that. You only call another doctor in the city from this satellite, and this doctor could help you to diagnose a disease or a treatment for this disease. And another thing is maybe, well, almost everything that we use in our daily routine is based in light. For example, the cell phone, when you use a camera, when you use electronic device as a bulb, a LED bulb, or these people who have faster computers to playing games. Well, these computers are based in silicon photonics and are based with made with Autoelectronics. So it's very special. And it's a very special application that we use every day. I don't know if you want more samples.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome because I've heard that photonics in the 21st century is what was in the 20th century the electronics. Like much of the advances that we are going to have in this century is thanks to the study of light. I've heard that, and I think it is important to mention here. Jamal, I have a question in the chat. This is a question from Marianne. She says, what fake news or conspiracy theories are around the photonics field? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's a good question.
Well, I don't know any conspiracy theory in the photonic field. Well, yes, I have one, the 5G. People says that 5G is a technology to control them by the white guys. And this is very strange because you can control a person with this technology. You can control the data, maybe, if you are a government or a company that wants the data of the people, but it's not because of this technology. This technology only promote faster velocity or yes, a better speed of connection between two devices in a network. But this, I don't know why people is saying right now that 5G can control us and can cause cancer. And maybe because people believe that electromagnetic radiation is dangerous for us. Yes, it's dangerous, but only in a part. I mean, the electromagnetic radiation that use 5G is less dangerous than the visible light that we use for our LED bulbs, our cell phones. Our cell phones are more dangerous than these electromagnetic radiations. And it's very crazy because some people believe this, and so people is spreading this information, and is not right.
Well, I consider that ignorance, well, people are afraid because we are ignorant of the
Yes.
things that we don't know. So it's very human to be afraid of things that we don't know, but that's why we're doing this, to bring people the opportunity to be closer to science, because science is something that happens every day around us. We just have to be careful and observe what is happening, right? Jamal,
Yes.
I have another, well, it's more like an explanation that I would like you to get deeper on that, because I thought that the photonics, well, people would identify photonics with solar energy. So I think that many people, when they think about photonics, is think about the energy that it provides us. But they think that this kind of energy is very, very expensive for for everybody. So, what do you have to say about this? Is it true? Is it something that is growing in other parts of the world? What have been the advances that we are getting from the solar energy in other parts?
Yes. Well, the solar energy right now is very expensive, but is some typical of the, because it's not very used. Is people don't use this technology right now. And for example, if you produce a solar panel, it will be expensive because we have less demand than other technologies. And also because the material to capture solar energy and transport the solar energy into electrical energy right now is expensive. But well, in the last years, we are the photonic spheres, the scientists are working on new materials with organic materials that can do this in an efficient way, even a more efficient way than the past materials, the other materials, and are at a lower cost. For example, OLEDs that are these screens from our cell phones. The OLEDs are organic materials that are at lower cost and has more efficiency than other screens. And we are taking advantage of that for solar panels. And in the future, and right now, because the governments are using more solar energy, this energy will cost less than other energies. I think that because it's something that is happening right now in Germany, it's happening right now in Spain, it's happening right now in Europe, in United States, that people are using solar energy. And is maybe in the past, a solar kit, for example, could cost around $5,000. And right now, a solar kit that produce 3,000 watts can cost about $2,000, and you can use this for your life to use a computer, to use a TV, to use a light bulbs, a fridge, so a freezer. So you right now is not that expensive that in the past. And when the governments begin or start to use this technology in a with the high demand, the price will go lower.
I hope I can live enough to see that.
Yeah, because
right.
the goals are for 2040. We have a goal
Okay.
to produce less contaminants to the atmosphere, so to 2050. So the goals are to 2040, and we need to change our traditional source of life and energy, and we need to change to solar and wind energy, and also maybe biofuels.
Awesome. Here I have a comment made by Andres Canario. He asked if photonics make 3D cinemas possible.
Yes. Photonics is related to virtual reality, and is related to augmented reality. When you see in Instagram and Twitter, this is possible because of photonics, because we use the technology to produce computers and algorithms that can produce this effect. And it's happening right now because of photonics. And also you can have another technologies, for example, for PlayStations and Xbox that use PlayStation that use VR right now. And this technology where you can use a headset with only 2 controls is possible because of photonics.
That's
I don't know
awesome.
if some people play Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Go is part of that. And some companies are trying to do AR lens to daily use, and I think that it could be possible in the next 5 years.
For me, the AR lenses are the ones that you cover your head with, like, and you see, like, I don't know how to call it because I've never used them. Is that kind of lens? Is that what we're talking about?
No, that's more like a headset for virtual reality, but AR lenses are like normal lenses with a special screen in one of the lenses, or the 2 lenses that. Hello, you can hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so these lenses can have 2 screens in the lens that transmit the information from light sources, and you can see it like is in real life. It's something very yes, very small. It's like a normal lenses for your eyes, but with a special screen in the two lens, the two ortiz.
Wow. All right. Okay. Good. Mariali made a comment on the chat. She says solar energy prices have dropped significantly in some countries that have big facilities for them. Okay. Talking about the prices of the solar energy.
And that's why we are seeing some change in policies about energy. For example, some countries are taking new policies about don't buy oils, and well, the future is energy system with maybe oils, but not in a big participation in the electric systems or the energy systems, only for maybe fuels or to produce energy in some part of the country.
Great. Well, I would like to make a final question for you, Jamal, and this is related with how the photonics impact the world's economy. Because I've know that, well, most of the challenges that we struggle with as society, which is the energy production and energy efficiency, I'm sure that it can be improved thanks to the study of light. So maybe you would try to guide us on how the study of light can impact the world's economy in the future, or maybe now as we're talking.
Yes. I don't have so much information about that because I am not related to that. Maybe someone that is working on policies, but I know that in the last year and this year, with the pandemic situation, photonics affect the economy for the companies and the industry of communications. So this sector grew very fast the last year. Also, you can have a better economy in a country when you have a better electricity energy systems, or you have better ways to communicate and educate people. For me, that's cool.
Yes, that's right. Because imagine if we didn't have if we didn't have photonics, this meeting wouldn't be possible. Let's start with that. The virtual meetings and all of the education